So I want to go straight across and straight down. Oh, excuse me. Ah, to tell you the truth, I may have missed that key that's right there. That I should have seen before. I probably did miss it. So I want to wrap around here. See, this is the bad thing. You forget shit, you have to backtrack. It sucks. But, in the end, it's kind of worth it. Because you get more experience out of killing the mobs. Which I'm not really running into a whole lot right now. Next area. Nope, but there's a key still in here that I don't want in there anymore. Alright, I got the final key. I can go get the Capricorn and go from there. I'm okay with this. Oops, wrong way. Actually, I'm gonna go all the way over there, grab that key. Grab this key. Backtrack around. And set it up on that gate. No point in having to go all the way around anymore. So keyhole on this side. Crap! I wasted my time. Well, that's upsetting. Okay, this time I got it. Huh?
Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
Uh, just doing a stream. That's more or less it.
It's more or less it.
Yeah, more or less.
Hmm. Well, my back is still out. I'm hobbling around like a 90-year-old man,
Ew.
and my body is just shot,
Yeah.
pretty much. And I went to the doctor today for something totally different. And, well, his news was okay, but not all that great.
Yeah.
And gave me a lecture on quitting smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought, dude, you have no idea what you were talking about.
Yeah.
And he doesn't, because, well, my health, or this disease, it is very hard to quit smoking.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad said when he quit, he said it was hard for him, but it would be damn near impossible for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
I mean, I remember you saying you were gonna try, you know?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were doing it. I mean, but still, I don't know what it's like. It's probably a hell of a lot rougher than what a lot of people have.
Oh yeah, trust me, it is. It is a hell of a lot rougher. I mean, not to say that, it can't be done,
Yeah.
you know, but I don't know how. But, right now, I don't know. I did, however, get down on my knees last night and, got myself right with God,
Yeah.
which was what I needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in once you get saved, you're always saved?
Do I believe in that?
Mm-hmm.
Wholeheartedly.
Really?
I mean, whenever I moved down to Pennsylvania, like before that, I wasn't really going to church. I mean, my mother did, but I didn't understand the concept. I didn't understand what religion was. And when we moved down here, we ended up going to the Salvation Army, which I cannot stand that organization anymore. But, that's more or less what they had taught us, you know. If you accept Jesus into your heart, and at the given time, it was more or less, you don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't do drugs, and you follow 10 Commandments, you follow what's in the Bible, and you you pray and ask for Jesus into your heart and everything.
Well,
And
I'm not really asking all of that. What I'm asking is do you believe that once you are saved, that you are always saved, that nothing can pluck you out of God's hands? Yes,
that
you believe. No, you don't.
that's what I do believe.
Okay. All right. So if you believe that once you are saved, you are always saved, that you cannot fall out of his hands no matter what if you turn and started worshiping Satan? Are you still going to be saved?
No.
Then I thought you said once saved, always saved. Mm-hmm. No. Do you know who can take you out of God's hands? You. Because you have the choice to accept or the choice to deny. It is about choice. You have the choice to stay. You have the choice to leave. Remember, he gave you that choice.
Right.
So once you were saved, it does not mean that you are always saved. Because if you turn away and you start living a different life, Jesus is not going to stay in your heart where there is darkness. It's not.
Right.
So you are not saved. You're not saved. Yep. That's why I got down on my knees and got saved again and came back because I had went away. Jesus was not going to stay in my heart as long as I was having anything to do in a sexual relationship with another man.
Yeah.
That's crazy as hell. So, once saved is not always saved. You might want to recheck your faith, hon. That is why he says, because you know you were taught that way. That is why he says, don't put your faith in what another man tells you. Seek your own salvation. Find out on your own. Do not trust what other people say. They are human.
Right.
And subject to put your behind in hell. I don't listen to what other people say. I listen to what they have to say, but then I make my own judgment.
Right.
You know, I look into it. I mean, it's the same thing as, you know, say going to buy a house, you know, and somebody says, oh yeah, you can get this house and you need to go do this and you need to go do that and everything else.
Right.
But a sane person, a rational person is not going to take that as gold. They're going to investigate it. It's the same thing with God. And should be more so than with God than anything else, because you're playing with your very soul when you do that. When you just take what other people say for face value. Who the hell is this in my channel? Oh, Shane. I'll talk to him later. It was just somebody in the because I'm on a TeamSpeak, and so somebody was in there asking for me. Yeah. Anyways, Um, I will deal with that later. But yeah, don't ever take anything honestly. Say don't ever take anything that somebody says is point blank value. Look it up. You know,
Yeah.
go to your Bible and find out the truth. And if you don't understand, then ask God. Don't ask a human being, ask Him. He was the one who wrote the book in the first place. So why would you want to go to anybody else but the horse's mouth?
Right.
Right?
Oh.
Isn't that the way the old saying goes? If you want to know something, go to the horse's mouth.
Well, I've never heard it put that way, but
Well, that's pretty much the way it is. Because in this case, God is the horse's mouth. Because He's the one who wrote it. He's the
Right.
one who knows. Let the Spirit be your guide. Because that's the reason why He left the Holy Spirit here, to guide you. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
yes. And now I want one of those.
A jelly bean?
Yes. We sell those at my store.
Okay. Holy. Oh, I'm so tired.
And your body's worn down. So that makes it even worse.
Yep. Disease is trying to eat me alive.
Yeah.
It's okay though. God is control of my body, not some disease.
Right. Oh my
That's all I need
goodness.
to know.
Ugh. You know, kind of glad I weaned myself off soda. That makes me very happy.
It's a good thing. I'm trying to do the same thing.
And my mom finally did the same. I was like, I think it's time to let this shit go.
That's all it is. What was your soda of choice?
Mountain Dew is the biggest thing.
Oh, it's one of the worst.
Yeah.
You know, if Coke was mine,
Yeah.
and if you can take Coke and pour it on your walls, on your bathroom walls, and it eats all of that stuff off, imagine what it's doing to your stomach.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
It's insane. Some of the stuff that, you know, you can drink, but some of the stuff that people don't know. You know, like you were saying, pour Coke and just take shit off the wall and everything. It's yeah.
Yep.
It's just like how can you? And that's the thing for me. When it came to Coke, I never liked it. Like I couldn't stand the taste of it. It was just like, what am I drinking? Even like with the different flavors they've come out with, like lime or French vanilla or whatever the hell it is, and then cherry, it didn't settle right with me, and I would get sick after drinking it because it's just like, ugh, nasty. Yeah, Mountain Dew for the longest time. but I think the most soda of one kind that I ever drank was probably orange. If I had to really think about how much I've drank when it comes down to soda, orange is probably the biggest soda that I've drank in my entire life.
Hmm.
And like at one point it was so bad that I could drink through my mother's 30 pack that she would bring home in probably 3 hours flat. And that was back when I was 16? Maybe even younger than that. Like, she would come up to my desk and see all these different cans and be like, what the hell?
Hmm.
You know? And she'd just be like, you can't drink that much. And my brother would always get on my rear end about it, saying, you know, if you keep doing this, you're gonna have a kidney stone by the time you're 25.
Hmm.
And I was just like, I would always shrug it off. But then, when I hit, I think it was 18, I started trying to actually cut back. And I did. It wasn't easy, but I did. I started drinking more, like, some of the stuff that I never really used to drink, like water, um, some orange juices. I never really used to drink juice. The minute I picked up soda, it was like, to hell with everything else. And soda
That's
was
the way
like,
it works.
it was just like, yeah. It was soda from that point on. But then I weaned myself off it. But it was not easy for me. I mean, it got easier over time, but it was still really rough. Now, now if I have to even look at it, it's just like, nah. I can just, even though where I work, I can go in there and I can get it free, but it's just like, I don't think so. I gotta think twice. I don't even want this because we got all sorts of waters. We have all sorts of juices that are considered good. Like, there's these drinks called Naked. Imagine that!
Yeah, I've
And
seen them.
it has, like, a bunch of different fruits in them. It has, you know, different,
Yeah, they've come under attack as of recently as saying, that they have all this and that and the other, and they're supposed to be all natural, and they're not.
really?
Hmm. Look it up.
I'm gonna have to. That's a surprise. But,
Shouldn't really be.
then again, I think I'll stick to my water and such.
Be the best thing possible.
I don't want to deal with soda anymore. Anytime that I do have even the littlest drink of it, now it's just like it bubbles in my stomach. I'm like, screw that.
Yup.
If Jim drinks it, he gets sick. Point blank. To the point where sometimes he just doesn't even want to get out of bed.
Yup.
Thankfully, I didn't get to that point. Because if it would have, it wouldn't have turned out so well.
Well, the soda is just all of that stuff of soda is just evil.
Yeah.
It's no good at all. At all.
See, I think one of my biggest concerns was always the potential chance of getting diabetes or something of the sort like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then having it thrown constantly uh, with uh, the fact that Jim or my uncle, even my mom did it to me, you know, saying, oh, you keep this up, you're gonna, get a kidney stone. So I kind of began to, like, fear it, and I was just like, okay, cut back. And then eventually I got to the point where I was just like, I need to cut off and just stop. Because it's just, it got so addicting.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, am I ever gonna stop doing this? Uh, I did start to eat vegetables more. I never, as a kid, I loved them,
Mm-hmm.
but then I was just like, bleh, I can't stand green beans. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. But now I'm starting to eat more mixed varieties, carrots, green beans. I do eat peas, uh, corn. As for fruits, I'll eat oranges. I've had pineapple. It's not really that bad. I've had apples. Uh,
The best, the best way of eating vegetables
what?
and fruits? You should never eat anything out of a can. Nothing. No fruits, no vegetables, no anything out of a can. There are um, so many additives and MSG in it,
Mm-hmm.
which MSG is like one of the most evil things ever. I mean, it's just disgusting. And it makes my energy level and everything go down. And it's just really bad for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
See that I never knew. But thankfully, I've never actually ate like oranges and stuff like that. Because we do have stuff like that that comes in cans, and of course we have canned green beans and all that crazy stuff, and all these different veggies that come in cans, and just stuff like that. But
Mhm.
I remember my grandfather, he always used to upkeep a garden type thing. He'd make tomatoes, plant, uh, I'm trying to think of what else. I think he had peas planted. I don't know if you can plant those or what it is that you use to plant or what, but still. He grew onions. He grew I don't even remember. That
The
was so long
absolute,
ago.
the absolute best of what you can get is homegrown. That is organic. I mean, it is the best, actually.
Mm,
They told me that when I first got diagnosed
yeah.
for my disease, They tell me that I should never have anything in my body but organic vegetables and organic grown meat.
Mm-hmm.
All of those. Yeah,
Huh.
they said that anything like that is is just really bad for my body, and it's really bad for anybody, to tell you the truth.
Huh.
Yeah. Yep. It is. So, when you eat that stuff that has all these toxins and everything, it's never going to be good for you.
Right.
So, you know, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff to steer clear away that, honestly, I never really knew. Like, the stuff that you're telling me now, I never
hmm
knew.
Well, see, that's where wisdom and knowledge and, you know, going through a lot of stuff and doing research and finding out this and that and the other, um, you know, that's where it gets you. Is it
Mm-hmm.
gets you that knowledge that you need to make the right choices, that you need to make to
Right.
become healthy and stay healthy. MSG is one of the absolute worst things that you can put in your body.
Right.
I mean, it it is it is the cause of a lot of there was like a numerous amount of problems that it can cause, from everything from breathing to your back to your bones, that affects all these things.
Mm-hmm.
It's that bad.
Huh.
And the bad thing about it is it's not always labeled MSG, which stands for monosodium glutamate.
Right.
It it's under a lot of different names. I think it's like at least 40 different names, because they keep putting this shit in our food, and
Mm-hmm.
it's killing us. It's killing us slowly but surely.
Huh.
And um, there's a sweetener it's in most um, well, it's pretty much in all soda,
Mm-hmm.
um, and a bunch of other things. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Um, I may think of it in a minute. Yes, but I can't think of it right now. But anyways, it it's like a sugar, but it's not like uh, pure sugar.
Yeah.
Um, something something corn syrup.
Hmm.
It's got another name in front of it. I remember the corn syrup, but I can't remember the first part of it. But it's something called something corn syrup, and it will cause you to gain weight faster than anything else you can drink.
Hmm.
Yeah. The artificial sweeteners for diet sodas
Mm-hmm.
are just as bad. The only one that is actually good for you is a sweetener called stevia.
Yeah.
If it's not stevia, it's a sweetener that's bad for you. And it's about the same price as these other artificial sweeteners.
Huh.
But stevia has been the only one proven not to do damage to your body. And these are all things that are in most foods. If you really wanted to maintain a healthy body, you would have to literally get down and look at all of these things, um, food colorings and everything. I have said for years that there is no such thing, and there was a guy who wrote a book on it of um, hyperactivity and what's the other one where they say kids can't concentrate and all that shit, and they put them on drugs.
Uh,
ADHD and all that.
yeah.
Well,
ADD.
yeah, ADD and ADHD and all this other stuff. There was a doctor who even testified before Congress about it and said that there was no such thing as that. And my friend proved it because her son was going into the or was in school and was having, attention deficit problems.
Yeah.
So she she went home and she cleaned out her cabinets and anything that had certain colorings in it, that had an MSG in it, any kind of additives like that, she restricted it from his diet. And in 2 weeks, the child was completely different. And they said, "Oh my God, did you put him on medication?" Yeah, they thought he was on medication.
Huh.
So there is no such thing as ADHD. It is these things that is being put in our food, these additives and things are killing us. God did not intend for food to have an additive to it.
Right.
If it was, he would have added it when he put it on this earth. Yeah. Because you think of this man-made stuff that is going into these things, and this is going into our bodies. Our bodies are not equipped to do all of this stuff. That's the reason why we're having cancers and all these weird things going on, and kids coming out retarded and all this other stuff. It's because of all this poison that we're putting in our bodies. But there's no way. I mean, go to a local McDonald's. A hamburger is cheaper than a salad.
Right.
You can get, anything that's out on the market that has healthy or is healthy and good for you. Look at organic products. They're in some cases 2 and 3 times as much. If they were the same price as all this other stuff, I would eat nothing but, organic.
Right.
But we can't afford to eat it.
Right.
Cannot afford it.
Stuff is just way too expensive.
It is. It is extremely expensive. Extremely expensive. And I know I can't afford it. I can't afford it.
I mean, a lot of people can't either, and it's like, what can you do, you know?
You just try to eat the best that you possibly can. And that's all that you can do.
Right.
I mean, just try to make the best choices food-wise of that you can possibly make.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were saying, cutting out sodas and drinking juices, fruit juices. But there again, what's your fruit juices?
Right.
High fructose corn syrup. That's what it is.
Yeah, I've seen that on the back of a label before.
Uh-huh. That is nasty. Yeah, nasty. If you see high fructose corn syrup, leave it alone. Um, these artificial colors, they will cause problems with your sleep. They cause attention disorders. You know what they call attention deficit.
Mm-hmm.
They do all of that kind of stuff and just interfere with your thinking and everything.
Huh.
Because, you know, Jesus said that he, went to prepare a place for us. And he was talking about, you know, the heaven will be having all the food that we need. You know, he didn't say anywhere, um, but before you can eat it, I've got to put an additive in there.
Right.
Because he knows that stuff is poison. It's nothing but poison.
Very slow killing poison. Yeah, my mother's going crazy downstairs.
What in the world?
I have no idea. Wait, what is today? Wednesday? Tuesday? Wednesday? What? I don't even know. Tuesday still. I'm getting my days mixed up. I was gonna say it's probably the baseball game, but nope. That's not until tomorrow. Then again, she could be watching hockey or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
which wouldn't
Get,
surprise me.
and getting all so excited over it, huh?
Yep. She never really used to be that into sports, but then my brother used to sit down with her and explain everything, and she just gets so into it now. It's actually pretty entertaining.
Wow.
She, like I said, she was never truly into sports. The only sport that she was really into was softball. And that's mainly because she played in it whenever she was younger, and from what I hear, she was a hell of a softball player.
Wow.
Never got to witness it though.
Say, Mom could get down on the baseball field, huh?
Oh, hell yeah. She could throw, apparently, a softball at a good 80 miles an hour with that underhand throw they do. I was like, what? That's crazy. But she could do it.
She could what?
Whip a softball underhand at like 80 miles an hour or something like that.
Wow.
I mean, she wasn't on a amateur team or anything like that. It was just like high school teams, and then I guess it was college teams. Like, I don't know, but still, she was really good apparently. Used to hear stories from her sisters and her brothers, and it's just like, damn, that was my mother? And
Yeah.
even now, she still has a shit ton of strength when it comes to all kinds of different stuff. It's just like, sometimes I underestimate her, and I get all worried about whether she's gonna hurt herself or something of the sort. But she never does.
She just keeps on going.
Yep, she keeps trucking along. That's all I can ask for.
User joined your channel.
Oh my.
I am so tired.
If you're tired, go to sleep. Or lay down. One of the two.
Well, it's not going to be much longer.
Yeah.
I have to. Okay, my body clock is like stupid because of this disease. All right. If I go to bed like 8, 9 o'clock, there is a big chance that I could be up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And if I sleep all night,
Mm-hmm.
then when I do get up about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I am literally a walking zombie because it's eaten as much energy out of me as it can possibly eat or devour,
Yeah.
I should say. And so if I go to bed at anywhere between 10 to 11 o'clock, I'm okay. Pretty much until about right now where I start getting really tired.
Right.
But I stayed up last night later than I should have. And, you know, well, it just was not good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've tried going to sleep earlier. Especially recently, ever since Sunday. Ugh. Work is, for 2 days straight now, it's been a nightmare. Sunday, I went in and, I'm expecting to be able to do what I have to do and just, doing what's required of me. Well, I go in, and our store looked like absolute shit. Like, it was trashed. The floors were dirty, just so dirty to the point where you could tell that the people on overnight shift didn't do what they were supposed to be doing, or were supposed to do. And so I'm looking around, because my supervisor had, warned me ahead of time, we're going to need your help. And I was like, alright. Well, I went looking around at different stuff that I kind of figured was going to have to be done, because I figure if the floors aren't done, and the mats aren't vacuumed, then the chances are the bathrooms haven't been cleaned. The chances are the tea hasn't been remade, and we have to remake that every 8 hours. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna check the coffee area. And sure enough, all these things were just nasty as could be. It's just like disgusting. And it kind of made me really upset because just this past Saturday, the day before, this woman came in and she, out of the blue, starts, thanking all of us for how clean we keep the store. I mean, of course, she had only said it to me, but I reported it back to Steve. And, I was just like, I come into this and I'm just like, after that, are you serious? It was ridiculous, the amount of stuff that just, it didn't get done. It was beyond disappointing. And when Steve showed up that morning, he said, what the hell happened here? Has anything been done? Steph told him, no, nothing was done on third shift. And Cindy had come out and told the people she was working with to do what they had to do, you know, but they didn't. So what I had planned got thrown out the window because normally on a Sunday I'll go in, I'll start in the cooler, restock it, come out, then I do ice, and bag like 60 some odd bags of ice, and afterwards, what else? I'll restock shelving and stuff like that, just to try and clear shelving space for stuff that I'm gonna need open for stuff that we're going to get. And yeah, I had to toss basically my entire plan out the window because one, we were short-handed that morning, and two, we were getting slammed, and I don't even understand why so many people were out. Because when I work on a Sunday, usually we're not super duper busy until after the church rush. It starts with the church rush, and then from there, that point out, it's busy. But that day, it was just busy all day long. I couldn't understand it. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Them church rushes can be fierce, honey.
Oh yeah. Especially whenever this huge this huge church organization, and I think they ride all the way in from Monroeville. It's a bunch of bikers, like these church-going biker people, and they come all the way out, like an hour out of the way, and it's just like ridiculous. But it's amazing how many people show up. And this year we ended up seeing about, I would like to say about 120 people showed up on their bikes and everything. And it's just like, when that happened, oh my lord. So many orders. So big of a line at our cash registers. It was just insane. And then on top of that, it didn't end. Because after they left, like 30 different softball games let out. And all these kids and their families and everything came, and it was just constant busyness that entire day. It was just insane. But completely worth it. Because, I mean, I got to see a lot of people that I knew and stuff like that, so it was worth it to me. But it's not like I could stand around and talk all, shift long, because if I did that, well, it's not going to turn out well for me. But it was just, so hard to weave in and out of people, and there's some people that are just downright rude. You say, excuse me, because you gotta get past, and they're just like, look at you, and you're like, okay, fine, I'll go through you. Either that or I have to take like a 50 million shortcut. It's just like, this is ridiculous. But I don't say anything because in the long run I don't feel like losing my job.
There you go.
I can't afford that.
I heard that. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get something to drink. I'll be right back.
Alright. Good God, I cannot remember how to get to the Cave Shadum. Ugh, this is killing me. I know I can't do the Lake of Noel until I have those boots. Whoa. Alright, that's a step in the right direction, I think. Alright, so... Ugh, I have to kill one of those things? Are you serious? I hate those spider things. Firestorm spitting bastards. Ugh. Oh god, I hear one right now. Whoa. Ah, oh, that's a darkness shadow. Uh-oh. I think I used that too early. Shit. Okay. I'm good. I got this. Good lord, that thing's pissed off. Alright, bro. I know you hurt. I'm gonna make this painless. Oh boy. Ah! Oh my goodness. Forgot they do that too. Ah! Good lord, how many hits does it take? These things must be beastly. A lot harder than I remember. You're so quiet.
Do what?
You're really quiet.
I told you I was going to get some tea or something to drink.
No, 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 I'm saying you're quiet right now.
What you mean I'm quiet?
Let me turn up Skype. My sound settings must be all screwed up. Yeah, Skype got turned down somehow. Okay. That should be good. Ah, my.
Yep.
I'm actually pretty proud of myself, though. For multiple different reasons.
Oh?
Well, for one, when I hit 21, I never went out. I was kind of surprised by that.
What you mean?
Like, I never went out to, like, a bar or anything like that. Like I originally had planned.
Yeah. Trust me, it's very overrated.
Yeah. That's what I hear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're not missing anything. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
A lot of times wish I hadn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I could never stand it. Like, my dad, he would take us out to, like, a bar that also, you know, you could go in, bring your kids, and get wings and stuff like that. And I couldn't stand it because it just, ugh. The smell, and then all the people that would smoke in there, and it would just, I couldn't stand it. It's just, ugh. And then people would get into fights, and it would scare the shit out of me, and I'd just be like, I would like to go home now.
Yep.
Yeah. The crazy things that my dad would, or the crazy places my dad would take me. And take Jim. But either way, hey, I admit the wings were pretty good, so I can't complain about that.
I heard that.
Ugh, wings. My store sells those, but they're so expensive. They're like, for 6, it's like $4.99. For 8, or not 8, 12, it's like 8 something. Almost $9 at least. It's just like, what? I could go to the bar on a Wednesday night and get a dozen wings for, I shit you not, 75 cents.
Yep.
It's just like, oh, so good. I love wings. But I really don't eat them all that often. Like, I like them and all, but, eh. It's not something I would eat every day.
Yeah.
I should say it's not something I'd like to eat every day.
No, I wouldn't want to eat it every day either. Not at all.
But good lord, the mac and cheese that my store sells, oh, if constipation did not exist, I would eat that shit every day.
Well, there are ways around that, my dear.
Wait,
Mhm.
what?
There are ways around constipation.
Really?
Yes. It's called fiber.
Oh.
Yeah. The very thing that your body needs. It keeps you regulated.
Mm.
And it helps guard against cancers and intestinal problems and everything. It's eating things that have fiber in them. There's certain has certain fiber content in them,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just something that the body needs. And if you're not eating a lot of stuff that have fiber in them, like there's certain cereals, grains, and things like that that you need in your diet. And if you don't, you can always get, buy what they call a fiber laxative. And what it does is it keeps fiber into your body,
Mm-hmm.
on a constant basis, so that you don't ever get constipated. It, keeps your stool loose, basically. Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, goodness. I
Yep.
do like my multigrain cereal, though. Oh, so good.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
I eat that stuff like it's going out of style. My mom always asks me, why do you eat so much cereal? 'Cause I like it.
This is good enough a reason as I know of.
I would Ugh. Let's see. When I was younger, and I was going to school and all that stuff, it was hard for me to eat in the mornings. Because I'd eat in the morning, but I would get sick.
Hmm.
Every time I'd get to school, I'd end up sick if I ate breakfast.
Why's
So, I honestly don't know. Like, if I ate anything in the morning, my stomach would just toss and turn and just be like, go to hell, buddy.
that? Hmm.
But I never understood why. But it it really held me back from eating cereal a lot. Because even afterwards, coming home at like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, it was still bugged me, depending on what I ate. And sometimes when I ate cereal, it would bug me.
Hmm.
But now, it doesn't. I could eat in the morning and be alright. No problem. But I could honestly just never figure out why I would get sick in the morning like that.
I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing though, I hated it. Because I loved me some cereal.
Well, my mom believed in fully, and when I say fully, oh, I do mean fully, in a well balanced breakfast.
Hmm.
And I think that, you know, she tried to stuff me to death with oatmeal.
Mm.
And oatmeal today is still one of my favorite foods, and it has always kept my cholesterol way down.
Hmm.
And, you know, she would have bacon and eggs and grits and all this stuff, and you'd have to eat a small bowl of oatmeal. And I was so stuffed until I couldn't even breathe going to school. And, but I had a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And, you know, with all of that high cholesterol bacon and everything and sausage,
Hmm.
you know, I guess she felt guilty and gave me, you know, the cholesterol cutter, which was oatmeal.
Right.
And it balanced it out.
Hmm.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie, to this day, I have never ate oatmeal in my life.
Oh,
Not
it's
once.
wonderful. It's wonderful. Have you ever tried it?
I think I tried it once when I was younger. But at the given time, I didn't really care for it, I guess. It didn't taste good to me or something. But ever since, you know, I've never ever ate it. Like, completely ate a bowl of oatmeal. My brother, he always ate oatmeal. That's probably the first thing that kid would eat in the morning. Because he loved it.
Mm-hmm.
He also loved putting brown sugar in it, too.
Uh-huh.
Always loved doing that.
Really good. Yep. But you can, you know, you can put fruit in it. You can mix it with all kind of stuff.
Hmm.
There's so many different ways to eat oatmeal. And of course you can make really good cookies with it.
We sell oatmeal cookies. Unfortunately, though, they're doing away with them.
Well, I can tell you, it's really good for you. Really good for you.
It's definitely something I'm gonna have to try and get used to.
Yeah, I mean, your tastes change from when you are little to when you get older.
Mm-hmm.
And some things that you never thought that you would like or want, you may find that you like more than you ever thought you would,
Right.
you know. And I mean, because there was things that I never thought that I would ever eat, but um, it came around different.
Hmm.
Yep.
Like my dad, he was always a big fan of eating liver and onions.
Oof.
Ugh, ugh, ugh.
No.
Every time my mother cooked that, I'd be like, okay, I'm going outside and I'm playing outside until you get the smell cleared up. Because, ugh, oh my lord.
Well, the one thing that was horrible to me that I just have never been able to abide the smell of
Mm-hmm.
is rutabagas.
The hell is that? These big names in my little brain that doesn't know what this is.
It is a vegetable that actually it's a root of a vegetable. And you cook it with a bowl of meat and serve it. The problem is it smells like when you're cooking it,
Mm.
it smells like 500 sweaty ass people got in a room and all farted at the same
Oh
time.
my god. That's so bad.
It is horrible.
Ugh.
My sister loves them. She loves them. Absolutely loves them.
I can't even imagine that smell. Like I can picture it, but
It's disgusting.
oh my lord. That's so Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't nope. Just from that description, never. Never will I ever.
Never say never.
Okay,
Never.
fine. Fine.
Because trust me, I have learned that the hard way.
Mm.
Just when I say never, that's when I wind up doing it. Mm-hmm. Just say, I hope that I never put that in my mouth.
Ugh.
Ever.
I can't imagine what it tastes like. If it smells like that,
Well, there's a lot of things that smell bad,
mhm,
but that actually taste good.
right.
Because there's just some things that I can't get past the smell of,
Mhm.
you know. But one of the things that I loathed was the smell and the texture of it.
Mhm.
Just I would start trying to gag, trying to eat it. You
Huh.
know, and that was a banana. The slick texture and the smell and just everything just made me want to hurl.
Hmm.
I just could not stand the smell of it. It was just the nastiest thing I had ever put in my mouth. Ever.
Huh.
And at one point, I started having problems with cramps in my legs.
Ooh.
And I went to the doctor, and my legs would just buckle. And I thought, what in the hell? And so I went to the doctor and they told me that I had a potassium deficiency. Well, guess what's rich? Super mega rich in potassium. Oh yeah, bananas.
Mm.
Well, I told him that I could not abide just the taste or the smell or anything of bananas. I would just vomit. So he said, well, the only other alternative that you have is potassium pills. All right, give me those. I'll take them.
Mhm.
Potassium pills do not work. I don't know why they don't work, but they don't work. They want to be a jerk and make me want to have to vomit eating that banana.
Huh.
Well, I wasn't getting any better. And so I decided to try to eat a banana. Oh my God, I couldn't get it down. I just could not get it down.
Hello?
Just constantly gagging over the taste and everything. And I was just like, oh God, ugh. You know, just the works.
Yeah.
Well,
Can you hear me still?
I said, well, there's got to be another way. So I started trying to put it in certain things. And finally I came up with the idea
Hello?
of making banana milk. And just putting it in a blender
Alright
with
guys,
some
I'm
milk
done with this stream tonight.
and getting a
I
straw
will
and trying
be
to suck
on
it down as
tomorrow
fast as possible
and streaming.
so I could
So,
be rid
Thanks
of
to
that
all
evil
those that
substance
came out and watched. Please remember to
called
follow
a
and
banana.
subscribe. Thank you guys.
Well, I did.